Hello everyone, today with Tiziano. I really love his work and the way of thinking and his way of feeling things. Today we're gonna share amazing topics like about ancestral work. It's an amazing way of living and loving life in a conscious way, setting you free as you gain awareness the deeper you go. So soul work, soul connection is gonna be our topic. I can't wait to show you what it does along and during our talk. So here is Tiziano, he lives in Australia. But we managed to make it. Okay. Tiziano is joining us live. Ciao Tiziano!
Francesca, ciao!
How are you? I know
That's
it's
very
weird to
good.
speak. Okay. Where are you?
I'm in Sydney.
Okay. Let's tell our guests that you are Italian, but we decide to speak in English so everyone can understand what we say.
That's right.
Even though, yeah, we keep our accents alive, and I love it.
Of course.
Yes, I make fun of my accent all the time. So, dear Tiziano, you do amazing work, and I would love to share it with everyone today. So, first of all, when did you start going so deep into soul matters?
So my path started in 2015, by the end of 2015. I had a very troubled life prior to that. A lot of upside down, a lot of big challenge, almost extreme challenges. Well, not almost extreme challenges. Until the end of 2015, when I started to approach self-development and, spirituality and this and that. And eventually another big issue came into my life. I went in debt financially with one of my company. And one of my friends suggested me, look, all the things that happen into your life, they very extreme, very, upside down, very out of normality. So you might want to look into this therapeutic approach. It's called family constellation. This German psychotherapist, Bert Hellinger, at the time he was alive. You might want to see if there is something that you are pursuing that is not yours. So it's something that you carry from your system of belonging. So I went to do this constellation first, and it changed my life, Francesca. It changed my life forever. Everything was making sense. Everything happening to that room really shifted my perception of reality and this and that. It was not only extreme to spirituality, but was actually understandable in terms of a psychotherapeutic approach. So everybody could understand what was going on, why it was going on, and this and that. And eventually I fall in love with it. Since that time, I thought, this is my path, this is what I'm going to do in my life. And this is what I am today.
I can see how you do it, the way you do it, the why you do it, everything, your energy. I'm very sensitive, Tiziano. And for me, truly, when I see this amazing work people do, and it's not for everyone and from everyone, I get mesmerized and I decide to talk like with you. So it's incredible. Let's tell our guests how something bad happening into your life can be a blessing. In this case, is your career and your gift that was awakened in you and in your heart. And so you don't have to share, of course, secrets that you cannot share, but what is the first client you had that brought you to feel this reward for your mission? Because as we know, what we give, we receive. And as soon as we see the results, we get excited and we know we are on the right path. So we get to know you better.
Look, the most mesmerizing, I would say, experience, it was regarding illnesses. So I kind of started to work, obviously it took me 2-3 years, Francesca, to get into where I am now. So 2016, 2019, I started to really awaken my gift, my perception, like it was natural for me doing that. Like I felt called for it. I felt that was my path. But eventually what really led me to understand that everything in life is right is understanding that people, when they pursue illnesses, sometimes they're pursuing out of loyalty. So I was having this client who had a cancer experience at the time. She's now good. And that Cancer into the constellation was recalling her of a love that she didn't close. So that Cancer was that connection to that love who she never closed. She just buried within herself, but she never actually closed it and never fully experienced it, to the point that she just left it on the side. She was married with somebody else, but that Cancer was telling her, hey, this love is here, you must see it. So we had that beautiful experience, that beautiful constellation, a lot of tears, a lot of sadness released, a lot of acknowledgement, to the point that obviously she was doing other cure by the side. I never interfere with what she was doing side work, like in terms of allopathic medicine and other holistic treatment. But since that time, from 6 months, her cancer like almost massively reduced, to the point that after 1 year she was cancer free.
Wow.
That is one of my biggest feedback, one of my biggest videos is on my website. We're gonna release
Bravissimo, Tiziano, it's such an incredible energy work.
Yes, that was probably my first call to say, Francesca, this is the future. You gotta make a worldwide impact, and I'm here not to only take part of this constellation, but to actually make a worldwide impact with that.
Yes, and we can also share that, of course, there is lots of energy healing work that can be done. You do this amazing constellation work, ancestral work. There is also energy healing, Reiki, light work, divine light. There are many ways of giving this energy that is unblocking this pattern that becomes truly sickness, illness. As we know, our mind all over our body influences our body, and so we get sick. And the frequency, of course, can heal or can make us sick. So thank you so much for this beautiful example that is about your history. Wow, Tiziano, I'm very glad we're talking about this, really. So can we say, so once the awareness sets in, we set ourselves free. So do you think this inner work many people are avoiding, maybe they don't get sick, but they are not aware of their true nature, their true selves. So why do people are so stubborn on following the same routine, feeling safe, instead of going deeper and getting excited about their true nature? Why do you think this is happening?
Well, there are, Francesca, many protective mechanisms. One of them, key point, when people tell me I don't believe it, my question is, who made you don't believe it? So the question is, what happened when in childhood that made you stop to believe in what we could call love, God, and this and that? Because every child believes. If you say to a child, there is an elephant flying, they look at it because they believe it. But then something happened in their life, Francesca, such as, you know, for example, their mother dies, their uncle dies, their brother dies, so they stop believing in life. And so they don't believe in what we would call magic, spirituality. They feel safe in their reduced amount of frequency in which they experience life. I would call it more a density experience. You know, people believe in certain things, Francesca, because in their family, that's what they believe.
Yes.
If I tell to them something new, they get out of that family system. They betray their family conscience, and this is extremely fearful for them. So immediately they feel a pull out of guilt to avoid believing in something that in their system of belonging is not allowed. And above guilt, in order to step out of that guilt, they get angry. That's why when you share to people something new knowledge, new this, new that, they fight you. They fight you because they don't want to stay in that guilt state, and they get angry about it.
Very, very true. Amazing. And so we could say that this conflict that is between family members and sons and daughters within the community, within the teaching. So this conflict is about communication and comprehension that becomes the connection with creating the results for the conflict itself. So would you say that communication and comprehension are the keywords for connection to the conflict itself, becoming depth?
Communication, Francesca, I would say is more above, is more on the surface. If we want to look a little bit deeper, we need to see where they belong. So if we go below that communication, why they stay stuck in their belief system? They stay stuck in their belief system because their belief system doesn't allow them to get out of it. So they have what we call a family conscience, a group conscience. I give you an example for you to understand, and also our followers.
Yeah.
Conscience is like a glue that maintain a group together. They maintain the group together. For example, the white soldier and the blue soldier. The blue soldier, they feel right if they believe in the blue belief. The white soldier, they feel right if they believe in the white beliefs. If the white soldier, they get out of the white belief, they feel guilt. Why is that? Because they lose belonging to their group. If you think about it in nature, Francesca, a cub that loses the pack is a dead cub. This is why there is this force that maintains group together. And this is, conscience is the cause of war. So the blue soldier believe they're right against the white soldier who believe they're right. They fight against their own righteousness, against their own belonging. If they start to believe in something more, something different, they lose belonging and they fearful, because as I said, a cub in nature who loses belonging to their pack, to their group, is a dead cub. He's gonna get eaten by the carnivore, he's gonna get lost. And the same is for human. We are biological beings. So it's the same things underneath. Yes, we can communicate, but if underneath our conscience doesn't allow us to step out of it, eventually we won't, because we want to maintain belonging to the family in which we are born.
So in this case, the comprehension of the soul, connection with yourself, can help you as soon as you stop the belonging to the surrounding and to the family or to the community. So the connection with our own soul, it's key for feeling alive. Do you agree?
I do agree, but it's not so easy to break the conscience. And it's not also so good to do that, because you want to belong to your group, you know, like unless you belong in a sabotaging way, then you can do something different, Francesca, and say, I honor your belief system, but if you allow me, I do something a little bit different. And this is when a daughter can do something a little bit different to her mother, and a son can do something a little bit different from his father, but only if they honor their belonging.
Yeah, honoring the belonging, then working on your soul matters and patterns to understand also your mission. Because don't you find beautiful, okay, through astrology, family constellation, Tiziano, we can truly discover the mission of our soul. Then, of course, it's up to us to decide how to adapt to it. So do you do this work along your experiences and trainings and workshops?
Say that again, like if I do this work, like myself?
Of the soul discovery, because we know that there is so much along and during an ancestral work, family constellation, but truly, do you also, also for people, you know, to come to you if they need? I also do that, but you know, it's never enough. The more healers we are, the better it is. For me, in this, in the work mission field, there is never competition, there is only adding value. And I admire you a lot. So do you also do this soul matter work for people to discover their missions, not only through the belonging? Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, I do always love collaboration. I'm very curious. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm very curious. So like curiosity is what lead me to do what I do. And eventually, like I'm always curious to listen. I have a lot of people that they message me on Instagram. They say, can you give me your birth chart? Can you give me this? I want to check out on you because I like the way you are. I want to see what is your mission, what you're doing here and stuff and stuff. And I'm always open, Francesca, to listen to them. I'm always open to listen to every other area, every other aspect. I feel that every healing area, every self-development awareness is a beautiful tool, and I'm a big supporter of it. Like obviously I'm in love with what I do, which is family constellation. I am in love with what I do, but eventually I also engage with other practices.
Amazing.
Big time.
And that's why it's beautiful. I believe this is not to be called work, it's a mission, because sometimes for work we mean going to the office, which is also beautiful work, but then you know exactly what you have to do and you do it because you know what you're gonna do. While this mission, the mission is so much more wide opening and so much more also challenging, because you never know what is gonna happen, and then maybe you find a pattern that you never heard or felt before, and so it's always something new and new information that you also absorb in yourself. So it's truly the evolution of the soul and potential of human beings working for a mission with a purpose for the soul and well-being. It's beautiful.
I always share, Francesca, if that can help. The mission is for yourself. The purpose is for others. That is a very big statement, and I tell you the difference. My mission is to make a worldwide impact and leave my name, the surname of my ancestor, for 1,000 years on this earth. I want to make a difference. This is for me. But why I do that, my purpose is to serve others, is to change the world. So obviously my mission, it could be also to become well-known, wealthy, a beautiful house, a beautiful family, and this and that. This is what I want. I like the material things. I like success. I like my name to be in front. But my purpose is by serving others. How do I get to my mission? By serving you, by serving my client, by serving the world, by making difference into the world. The difference between a mission and going to work, people going to work for what? For survival, for money. But when you go for a mission, you don't go for survival, for money. You are pulled by your mission. I need to serve today. Every day I wake up, Francesca, and after my meditation, after my shower and stuff, the first things that I do, I go to the coffee shop and I work. Not because I have to, because I work for myself. I'm financially independent. I'm a free man. I'm a fully free man now. But I do that because I'm pulled. I'm here in service. I was born to do this. This is my mission.
You are free and you help others to be free. While in a corporation, people don't truly help people to be free. They make them feel so, but it's not true. Because they tell them, you know, all these amazing, of course, money are important, all these amazing incomes are to make you free, but free you are not. So it's very important to work being free, making others free. But what do you mean for success? Because we know that people truly crave success. Okay, we know that success is truly internal, Tiziano, and I love what you say, but I want to go deeper. So success in terms of knowing who you are and what you want, not necessarily successful in terms of what other people perceive of you. Because if the purpose and the mission is spiritual, success can only be internal. And then if it's external, good, you feel successful because you know how to do it. But then how do you define success in this case along your mission?
So success from a systemic point of view, Francesca, look towards the mother. Your first success is the way to your mother. You get out of the womb and you go into the arm of your mother. What is so success? Success is abundance, abundance emotionally, of nurturing, everything that nurtures your body, make you feel full. So when you go in the arm of your mother, you are full of love, full of cuddle, full of nurturing. There is this beauty, this goddess mother that is there, and she's giving you all. You don't need much more. So when I look at success in life, it's the same feeling. I want to feel full. And just as my mother served me when I came alive, I want to be of service. For me, success is to follow the path of my soul, what makes me happy, what makes me feel good, doing something that makes me feel good. And I feel good when I serve others. I feel amazing when someone sends me a message, and I receive these days at least 20 a day, like, you changed my life. I could literally post it every day. You changed my life. Every day I could post this. And it makes me feel full, like I have done something for them. I made an impact in their life. I made a difference. It makes me feel enormous. It makes me feel like, not because of myself. It's not me that I've done, but I've served them. I've served them. This is what is success for me. And the more I serve them, and the more life serves me. The more I serve them, and the more life is serving me, financially, in relationship, with money, whatever. But yeah, exactly. So it's a give and take. I give to others and life give to me. Why? Because I'm serving life.
Be the energy you want to attract. I believe there is nothing more truthful than this. I believe it's our quote. since
Yes.
we be.
Yes, definitely, Francesca.
Definitely. So, dear Tiziano, and we know exactly what is the barrier and the limiting energy that we have is about fears, often. Fears and also unconscious, being unconscious and fears. Because the two can be related, but they're very different. Sometimes we are so unconscious that we go straight for it and we can hurt ourselves. Same for fears, we avoid and we limit. Both patterns are about limiting yourself because you, at some point, you end up with a barrier, being unconscious and being fearful. How would you break these patterns if not with courage and love?
So courage is definitely the first big step, Francesca, because without courage, we don't take any action. We don't even go and book a session of astrology or family constellation. We want to change something. But let me tell you a little bit of a secret that everybody who follow me knows, and I've spoken many, many times on my workshop and everything. I believe, and I have actually witnessed, that human free will, Francesca, is extremely limited. We are fully guided by what we would call the great spirit, love, God, morphogenetic field. So when someone is limiting himself, it's not actually that individual limiting himself. There is a loyalty, there is an entanglement, there is a sabotaging dynamic that the individual is pursuing. So when someone is sabotaging themselves, when life wants them to make them awake of this, they perhaps these dynamics start to become conscious. So from the unconscious get to the conscious. When the dynamic get to the conscious, that is the time for them to go and ask for help. Go and ask for a family constellation. Go and ask for a Reiki session. Whatever they feel drawn to. Because if life brings them to awareness, a pattern, that means that that pattern is ready to be released. Because if life doesn't want them yet to release that pattern, doesn't make them conscious, doesn't make that pattern conscious. They work, they go unconsciously, they don't know about it. It takes time for them to realize, oh, I'm actually sabotaging my money. And then they realize that they do that because perhaps they were born with a twin and the twin died. So out of this guilt, because their twin died, they sabotage their money. That's an example, for example, for something that came to mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So fear, Francesca, is a limiting belief, but it's something that keeps us again in the track that we have been
guided through.
It's been written for us. Yeah. It's been written for us. However, when fear comes to this, when fear doesn't allow. When fear doesn't allow us to go and make an impact and change, for example, this pattern, that is when we require courage. Courage to say, okay, I'm sick of it, I'm tired of it, I'm desperate enough, I want to change my life. I always say, Francesca, you know who are the best people who come to family constellation or to the one to session on this and that? The one that they are desperate enough. Because when someone is desperate enough, they are ready to make a change. They are sick of it. Desperate. They want to change it. Yeah.
It's so true. We always give a negative connotation to desperation because for many it's bad. No, it's like getting crazy. Which me in the first place I thought was negative. Actually, it's not. It's the activation of and
so I need to change. Yeah.
And so let's not fear desperation. Let's fear fears. Let's fear. So can we give this example? When we were little, dear Tiziano, we were watching fairy tales, and there is always a monster in a fairy tale. Why? Because as children, we must grow up with diving into the darkness. So we don't have to fear the monster, and we have to understand that love and courage can destroy the monster, which is the dark side of our life, even of our inner self, our dark parts that we never face. So it's beautiful how, as children, we go through these examples and maybe parents don't know how to explain and we miss this important part. Every fairy tale as young people should be explained to children, because that's the beauty of a fairy tale. It's not only happiness and and clouds and unicorns. It's about also fighting the monster with courage and love.
Look, Francesca, the universe moves through contraction and expansion, like how you say in English, jellyfish, you know, like a contraction and expansion. So without the contraction, there cannot be the expansion. So of course there is this contraction, like the boogeyman, as you said, the monster in the fairy tale, and that create the expansion. But yes, but I tell you something funny. Over the years, for some reason, I have acknowledged that the monster, the boogeyman, is always the father figure. I don't know why, but when the people relate to the boogeyman, to the black man, to the monster of the fairy tale, they relate to the father figure, to this man who is cold, who comes home only a few hours in the evening, who goes to work, like, you know, for example, Mary Poppins, Mr. Banks. This could be, for example, the boogeyman, the black man. And when people tell me, I have a lot of women, they come to me and they say, oh, my house is infested by ghosts, or they say there is an entity. I always say, what is your relationship with your father? Because most of the time their mother didn't speak nicely about their father, and so they perceive that the boogeyman, the black man, the monster is their father. It's actually yes, it's actually, Francesca, an amazing understanding, because some people, they get like, whoa, that's true. So they go through their healing with me, we do the family constellation, they reconnect with their father, and eventually this boogeyman, this house that is full of ghosts, or there's this entity disappear, because the entity for them related to their father figure who they never integrated, particularly for women.
Yeah. For me, it's different, but of course everyone is difficult. I've been doing my constellation alone because I love doing this inner work alone, but I would love to do it with you, Tiziano, because I think the more we explore, the better it is. And I was thinking, for me, the monster has always been the unseen of those energies, like those patterns, like envy, miscommunication, misunderstanding, never a figure. All those bad energies that I hate, because I'm very open. I never truly have, you know, problem of communication. I always say what I think, maybe too much. So for me, the monster is what I cannot understand because I don't have it, and can be anything that is not in me, but maybe. So for how can be the father figure? Maybe is this masculine energy they talk about, because the father usually is the caring and the you know, the safe place for many families. So do you think it's the masculine energy or this strong energy they refer to, or is it like me giving to the meaning of something they've not been connected to, which is a bad energy?
I'm gonna pass you, Francesca, an exercise. If you want, we can do it now together, yeah. But otherwise, yeah. So just close your eyes. Just close your eyes, and I allow everybody to witness this, yeah. Take a few deep breaths in. And keeping your eyes closed, just settle back in within a natural breathing rhythm. Now I want you to visualize in front of you all of those words that you mentioned before. It could be envy, it could be jealousy, just all this negative, dark entity that you were referring beforehand. Just take some time to visualize those entities in front of you. They are entities that in your body you are saying no.
They are my companions at school, to be honest.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Good, 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 good. Stay there, stay there. Beautiful, beautiful. Now look at your companion at school. How old are you there?
14.
Good. Now you are 14 years old and you look at all of your companions at school and you can feel already there's a bit of energy tingling in your arms. Now look at them in their eyes and perceive the fear that is within you, or those negative emotions.
I feel sorry for them.
Now look at the part of them that is within you. I say that again. Now look at the part of them that is within you.
I don't feel it. I feel sorry for them because instead of being close, there is separation.
Keep looking at them. Keep looking at them.
Yeah.
Do you see anybody behind them from your family, from your system of belonging? Is there anybody behind them?
No, because the teacher is out, so it's only us.
Okay. Now try to say to them.
Be honest, these are memories, eh? They're not.
Yeah. Keep it there. Keep it there. Don't worry. Try to bring behind them your mother. What is the name of your mother?
Yeah.
What is the name of your mother?
Alessandra.
Look at Alessandra. Keep looking at her. Now, try to say to Alessandra, yes.
Yes.
Say to her one more time, yes.
Yes.
See if the more you say yes, and the more inside your body is opening a little bit more space. Take a deep breath in and out. And say, yes, mother.
Yes, mother.
I take you just as you are.
I take you just as you are.
So I can finally take myself just as I am.
So I can just finally take myself as I am.
Because I come from you, mother.
Because I come from you, mother.
And one day, when I finish here, I'll come back to you, mother.
I come back to you, mother.
Because I love you.
Because I love you.
You are my mother.
You are my mom.
And I am your daughter.
And I'm your daughter.
And that will never change.
And that will never change.
Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. And out. Now let me know if something in your body has changed. If perhaps with your companion at school something has changed.
I feel I am like my mother. I'm very free with expression. And for people that grown up in a very small town where I grew up, it's not very common to be so, to do so. So I believe anytime we feel these sentiments around us, we always have to go deeper to understand where it comes from others. And so we don't take it personally, because we always understand the why. When we know the why, awareness, as we said, sets us free.
You are analyzing the situation a lot with your mind, with your father way.
No, with my
try to do it
feeling.
More through your body.
With my feeling.
How do you feel in your body? After you've done that?
Good.
Okay. Can you make a little bit of space in your heart for your companion, or you're not yet?
Which companion?
The one from school, your classmates.
Classmates, companions. See, no, I've always did.
Okay. Try to say to them now, in you, another me. In me, another you.
In me, another you. In you, another me.
We are not so different.
We are not so different.
And I love you.
And I love you.
Just as I love you.
People are different, Tiziano. Can I open my eyes? No.
Yes, of course, of course.
Beautiful, though. Usually I don't listen so much. Bravo, Tiziano. Eyes closed. So, usually I don't. Bravissimo. So I believe we're very different. Of course, we have to debate. It's not that I'm right or wrong, whatever. I believe we're very different, and we don't have the same past experiences. So some people are more sensitive just by nature, because in my family, only my father is very sensitive, but I never grown up with him. So it must be in the blood. I don't know. My mother isn't, for example. So I believe we can have this sensitivity in our soul from past lives or in the blood, and we can understand things, but not necessarily because we are similar or different. We just feel where it is. Tiziano, what do you feel about this?
When we have a charge, Francesca, towards somebody, for example, I'm going to be specific so everybody understands also why I made you do this exercise, and you as well, because I like to give a conscious understanding to everybody.
Yeah.
When we have a charge towards somebody, it is a no that we say to that somebody. A no that we say to that somebody, it's a no that we say to a part of ourselves. Generally, someone in our system of belonging. And this is why I told you, who do you see behind them? Because behind someone who's charging you, there's a part of you that is charging yourself. That Absolutely. Is why I brought your mother out and I made you say yes to her.
But in this case, I believe the visualization, maybe, no, I can go deeper, but it was just truly about this memory of these bad energies I felt at school. As soon as I was loud and laughing, they were pissed off. As soon as I was, that's why maybe I'm very sensitive. I see everything as a lesson and as a way of growing, and that's why we're so special, because everything makes us grow. So it's very positive, actually. So I don't want to say to people, if you have a bad childhood, is bad, because actually it's positive. You become sensitive if you're aware of situations. But, you know, the fact that I was taking the bus 2 hours in the morning to go to school, they were also bothered by this. Like, oh my God, you make so much effort to come to the school. Why do you do so? Everything was a problem. You know, my efforts, like, so I believe because it's in families, people don't allow people to be themselves and to express themselves. So they project, maybe me too included as an adult, maybe not when young, we project this frustration we feel at home into others.
Well, this is why I told you the no that you say to others is a no that you say to yourself. But which part of yourself? A part of yourself in your family that you don't accept. Perhaps a part of your mother that you don't accept. If I don't accept a part of my father, which is in me, I see that in others. But why I see that in others? Because life works as a mirror experience. So it shows to us what we don't accept and what we need to integrate, what we need to become harmonious with. So from the moment that I allow you to say yes to your mother, to that part of her that perhaps is not in harmony within you, that other part that reflects your mother, your companion from school, your mates from school, disappear. Why? Because the reason why they were appearing is just to show you what you were not accepting. From the moment that you accept that, they're no longer useful to you. So life fade them away, like melting like mayonnaise. They don't exist anymore in your life.
Absolutely. See, I give this example. Of course, we can give many others, but I suppose
we can do.
Can take this example, please, friends. If you have any experience like this that you want to share, also talk to Tiziano. I believe is magic what he does. So, Tiziano, I have another question for you about love. Do you believe in eternal love? Like, truly, love forever. A love that doesn't fade away, that is forever, and no matter what, is gonna be love.
I do believe in love forever, and that is a love that is free from entanglement. Love is unsuccessful only when it is entangled. When I experience my partner as not separated from me. I say that again. When I experience my partner as not separated from me, so a substitute of one element of my family, that is a love that is unsuccessful. So if I experience my partner as my mother, as my grandmother, that love is unsuccessful. If I experience my partner as separated from me, so Tiziano and my partner, that love is successful. A loving experience, Francesca, is I choose you. I choose you out of everybody else. So for me to experience a full love with you forever, every day I sing, I choose you, I choose you, I choose you, I choose you. But become aware of something. Why is so difficult to say so? Because from the moment that I say to you, Francesca, I choose you, it means that I exclude everybody else. So that is a big act of courage guilt, and love, of course, devotion to you, for me to say, Francesca, I choose you and I exclude everybody else. This is the love of our grandparents. Our grandparents, they were excluding everybody else. They were getting together at 16, no need for app, no need for nothing, and they were choosing each other until 90. But eventually, some of those chosen action, they were disharmonious, and that's why we are here, us as grandchildren, to reunite what was separated. And that's why we experience most of the time not the love of our parents, but the one of our grandparents. We are going to we are looking for a representative of our grandmother, of our grandfather, to bring reunion to what was separated in the past.
So beautiful. You know, it's the first time I hear this, Tiziano. I love it. I really love it.
Through family constellation, I observed that we usually find a partner that is the representation of our grandmother, of our grandfather. Yes.
To be honest, see, I love my, I don't want to share now, but see, my grandmother, before dying, I know it's intense, sorry, I laugh for joy, not to laugh about it. She gave me a ring, and then in this ring there was something very important to me, and you know, all this magic about love in general, she told me, you know, I want you to marry only for love, you have to take the ring I got married with. And so the grandmother is the one believing in love, feeling this inner child alive, as before you die, your inner child is actually alive because you are about to transform into another life. So it's beautiful. I totally agree with you.
What is the name of your grandmother?
Francesca and Maria Concetta.
From your mother or father's side, the one of the ring?
Maria Concetta is the mother of my father, and Francesca is the mother of my mother.
So the one who gave you the ring is the one of your father?
Is the one of my father, yeah.
Okay. If you allow me, I make you do one little things. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Just close your eyes 1 second for me, please. Take a deep breath in and out. Another breathe in and out. I want you to visualize your grandmother sitting on her chair just before dying, just before passing. And I also want you to visualize your father that stands behind you and your grandfather stand by the side of her. And I want you to visualize your grandmother giving you this ring. And I want you to visualize yourself kneeling in front of her and say, Grandmother.
Grandmother.
I take this ring with honor.
I take this ring with honor. It's emotional, that's why.
Yeah, you can cry if you feel anything. Don't worry, Francesca.
No, I don't cry. Thank you.
I follow the path.
I follow the path
that you have chosen for me.
That you have chosen for me. But I choose it.
Wait. But please. Set me free.
Set me free.
From anything that does not serve me.
From anything that does not serve me.
And bless me.
And bless me.
If I do something good with it.
If I do something good with it. Beautiful.
Now take a deep breath in. And out. Now place your hands together, Francesca, in a prayer position in front of your chest and bow to her and say, thank you for choosing me.
Thank you for choosing me.
I love you.
I love you.
You are my grandmother.
You are my grandmother.
And I'm your granddaughter.
And I'm your granddaughter.
And that will never change.
And that will never change.
When you feel ready, Francesca, you can reopen your your eyes, shake a little bit your body.
Where was this jacket?
And if you have a second after the live or now, you can go out of the door, close the door, open the door again, and come back.
I go?
Yeah, please. I entertain everybody. Don't worry. I do myself. Guys, the reason why many of you have done constellation with me for now years, and they know me, and every time someone does a movement, I always allow them to open the door, go out of the door, close the door, and come back. It's like they close the door in their subconscious, then they re-enter as a new people. And I always do that with everybody who does movement with me. You know, already thousands and thousands of people have experienced that, and they always ask me, why you let me go out of the door? I say, because you close the door and you open something new. I've done movement with thousands of people, so they all know that.
There is a beautiful connection with your energy and trust. Bravissimo Tiziano.
How do you feel, Francesca? How do you feel?
I feel it's beautiful to find this connection with the unseen, which can be your grandmother that is not here anymore, because even though there is the emotion and you know your grandmother, it's still the unseen. So that can also help people to not being scared of the unknown and to dive the unseen, as you can be protected by your grandmother, by your grandfather, by people you truly know emotionally. They won't leave you alone, because the connection won't change, as also you said.
100%. The connection will always be there, and luckily, because we want the connection with our ancestor. People who are disconnected to their ancestor, they are a tree without roots, and it's a tree that a little wind, if there is a winter wind, for the tree is falling down. But if there are strong roots that they are grounded on the earth, no problem at all. Like, everybody stands strong. When we are in alignment and strongly connected to our system of belonging, nobody put us down. We are rooted in what we call the flow of love, order of love, call it as you like.
The tree of love. So beautiful what you say, Tiziano. And I know that we don't have to make the life too long, but I have another question for you.
Yes. So I'm gonna another one, because then I gotta go and do some work.
No, and also it's been 1 hour already. It's been flying. And thank you so much, by the way.
We have chatted a lot, you know, and I like it. No, go for it for another question.
For giving these examples. I know it's part of your work. Thank you for sharing these examples with us live. And okay, the last question. If someone falls in love with someone and someone is dating someone else, you know, we hear many cases of these, you know, there is couple therapy, there is drama, there is tragedy. We hear many kind of experiences around us, either therapeutically, either by friends, either by, and one typical example is, I love this person, but this person is dating someone else. How can it be, like, when you feel this true love, so much love for this person, but this person is dating someone else, what would you do? What would you say?
Okay, I'm gonna be very specific and in details about this. First of all, the falling in love phase is not real. I see the other person as I wish him or her to be. It's an illusion. The falling in love endures 2-3 years and allow us to work on ourselves to set up what real love will be after 2-3 years. Because in the first 2, 3, 4 years, we see the other person as we wish him or her to be. Okay?
Very true.
Now, if I fall in love with somebody who is taken, that means that I am taken. Because energetically, I cannot fall in love with someone who doesn't resonate at my safe frequency. For example, you say, Tizi, I love this guy, but this guy has a partner. My question to you would be, how is your relationship with your father? With your brother, with your ex-partner? Why I do ask that? Because if there is something unseen, it might tell me that you're not actually the daughter of your father, but you're actually the hidden partner of your father. So that's why you're choosing a taken man, because you are a taken woman and you're not aware of it. So until I don't bring this dynamic to the surface from a morphogenetic field level, you see yourself choosing taken partner because unknowingly you are the taken one. So you choose someone that resonates with your frequency. People say to me, oh, I choose partner that they, for example, narcissistic, is in a relationship with his mother. My question is always, that's probably because you are mothering him or you are mothering your father. So you are actually in narcissistic behavior yourself, and that is why you're choosing someone who is resonating with you. I cannot enter in a relationship with somebody who is not energetically in alignment with me. Okay?
I totally agree. Also, how can you fall in love with someone that doesn't have your frequency but is an idea? And to be honest, I'm very, you know, we are healers, so it wouldn't happen to us, I believe, truly. But for some people it can happen. And that's the example. Tiziano is telling you guys, even him with all his heart, sorry if I interrupted you.
It can happen even to us. It happened to me thousands of times. I've chosen a partner. Why? Because I had disorder in my family. I was in a relationship with my mom, so I would choose somebody else who I could, for example, father. Okay, and she would choose me to mother me. So there would be this entanglement even in my life. Doesn't matter that I'm aware of it, but I'm not. I always say, particularly to my partner, the fact that I have knowledge and I have the gift of this way of doing things doesn't make me outside my karmic experience. It doesn't make me better than everybody else. I'm actually like everybody else, and everybody's like everybody else. There's no above or below. That's important to understand.
Absolutely.
Because somebody would say, oh, you are a healer, she's a healer, she's this, that. Doesn't matter. We are all equal here. I serve life in a way, you serve life in another way. The guy that works a corporate 9 to 5 serve life in another way. We are all equal here. There's no above or below. And it's much better when we are equal. Because when we play the role of the gods, as I say, the role of the parents, we are very lonely. When we pretend to be better than others, we are very lonely.
Absolutely. So, there is only a higher vibration and lower vibration. There is no better and worse. I totally agree.
Well, that's the emotional state. I could be in an angry emotional state. I could be in a jealous emotional state that would bring me low, in judgmental. Why? Because that's what I'm vibrating at the moment. But that doesn't make me better or worse than somebody else. It would make in a vibrational state that it makes me heavy. Like an anger vibrational state is heavy, is stuck. You know, you enter a coffee shop and you say, I don't like this coffee shop. Why? Because people inside there, they are really angry that day, and you feel that heaviness inside that coffee shop. You don't care about that coffee shop. It's just the energy of the coffee shop.
Absolutely. Energy is everything.
It is. Very, very true, Francesca. Very true.
Thank you, Tiziano, for your amazing mission, work, words, and this live session.
It was a pleasure, Francesca, to connect with you, and I'll definitely share the live once you put it out, and let's be in contact.
Let's be in touch, and of course, as soon as we have reactions, I will ask you if there is anyone of my circle that would love to talk to you, of course, booking a session, or if they want to go live once again, maybe to share another topic, because who knows, they might be curious about something else.
Why not? Have a beautiful evening, and we speak soon, okay?
Ciao Tiziano.
Ciao bella. Ciao.
A presto, baci.
A te, ciao.
Ciao.